Hello everybody, welcome to chessplay channel. Today we're gonna talk about the castling. There's two ways you can castle. You can castle short way and you can castle the long way. Short way, which means it's gonna be on the king side, and long way would be the queen side. In order to castle, you need to make sure the back pieces are developed fully, okay? So for example, white goes with the pawn first, then you take out the knight, then you got to take out the bishop. Now you are able to castle. In order to castle, you need to make sure you just move your king 2 squares to the side, and then you come with the rook behind it. So another rule to know, a lot of mistakes happens is that some people take the rook first to try to castle, bring it to the king, and then go like this. Well, that could be actually sometimes count as a rook movement instead of the castling. That's why it's very important to move the king first, and then you can cover it with the rook. If you wanna castle the long way, this is a short way. So if you wanna castle the long way, you got to make sure now you develop these pieces. So you move the pawn here. So let's just put all of these back. We got to take the bishop out. We got to take the knight out. We got to take the queen out. And now this is the long way where you can castle, which means you move the king 2 squares and you go with the rook and castle up. Another rules to know, very good rules to know. For example, let's put everything back here. Okay. Alright, so for example, the black has a pawn right here. We have a pawn right here. We have a pawn right here. We have the bishop right here, and we have knight right here, which is a good setup to castle. And the black one has their bishop over here. You cannot castle right now because the bishop is pointing straight at the white square, which means the king has to move 2 squares in order to castle, but the square that is gonna move to is under attack. So now you cannot castle. You have to wait, either maybe close this first and then you can move 2 squares and then castle. So that's the rules to know. If your file or the rank is under attack, you cannot castle. Another good example to watch for is, let's say you wanna castle on the queen side, but if you look, the queen is attacking the square. You cannot castle now because the king must move 2 squares, and now this square is under attack. If it was different, for example, this pawn was over here and the queen was right here, you absolutely can castle because you can go 1, 2 and cover with the rook, and your king is not under attack, so you are able to castle. Another thing to know, a golden rules, I would say, you can only castle if, let's say for example, this side rook was never moved. You can only castle then, or if your king wasn't moved, you can castle then. So as goes for the short side. If your rook was never moved, you can castle. For example, during the game, for example, you move the rook right here. Well, guess what? Now you cannot castle because you already used your rook. Also, good things to know, if for example the queen gives you a check, you cannot castle during the check. So you either have to protect the king or move out of the threat. You are not able to castle right now, even though it looks pretty good to castle. So that's why they say to castle early, which puts your king into safety. I usually wait and see where the other side will castle. It's good recommendation to castle on the same side where the opponent castles, because this way they don't move the pawns towards you. I personally try to go the other direction. This way I can actually move all my pawns towards them and attack them. So it's really your preference. It's really what you really want to do in the game, or what strategy you have during the game. You just have to see and kind of see and figure out which way you want to castle. That's just my opinion. So thank you for watching this video. Hopefully that helps you to learn and progress. There's gonna be more videos coming out on some of the tricks and traps, how you can set up for the queen. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and comment, and we'll see you in the next video.